Hi, AAA Heating and Air. My name is Steven, and I had left a voicemail for you just briefly kind of describing what this video is. Now, in this video, I'm going to be going over three things that you can start doing today that will actually start ranking your website above your competition on these Google searches. Now, if by the end of this video you can see that I do have the know-how to get this done, you can reach back out and we can chat, or you can just take this information and implement it yourself. Now, the three things I'll be covering are content, citations, and backlinks. Now, content is everything on your home page. Google likes to see at least 1,500 words of content on the home pages for these service-based industry websites. What this does is it gives you plenty of opportunity to add in all the buyer intent keywords, basically the keyword phrases that people are searching for when they're searching for your services online. So I went ahead and pulled up the number one competitor in the area. That's Barico. And I put their website into a tool that I subscribe to called SE Ranking. This tool basically gives me a behind the scenes view of what Google uses to rank websites. So Barico.com is currently being found for 5.5 thousand keywords, and their site was clicked on 1.4 thousand times just in the past 30 days. Now I went ahead and put your site into the same tool, AAA Heating and Air.com. Your website is currently being found for 4 keywords and it was not clicked on at all. Okay, so let's go back to our competitor. And with this tool, we can click on this 5.5 thousand and that will bring up all 5.5 thousand of the keywords, but that's just too many to kind of sort through. So I actually filtered out by location and I found what we're looking for here. We're looking for what we call buyer intent location based keywords. So these keywords like HVAC repair Greensboro, HVAC companies in Greensboro, heating and air Greensboro, NC. And as you can see, this is the search volume every month for each of these terms, 320. A lot of these are about 320 a month. So they're hitting number one for most of these. Okay. So let's go back to yours and we can look at your 4 keywords. We don't have to click on it because it'll show them down here, right? So AAA HVAC, that's a brand, AAA brand. Heating and Air Greensboro, that's a good one. AAA Heating and Plumbing is a brand, right? So we want more of these. So you got a good one, right? But you are on page 10 for that. So you're not getting clicked on, right? So the goal is first to get you found by all those relevant keywords and then to get you on page 1, right? And I'm going to explain how to do that in just shortly here. But that's basically it for content. That's why it's so important to have that at least 1,500 words of content on your homepage so you can fit in all those keywords. Next, I'll be going over what we call citations. Now, when people are searching these terms like HVAC Greensboro, NC, anywhere between 40 to 60% of those people are going to be clicking on one of these 3 businesses here. This is the map pack. This has to do with your Google business profile. Now, most people are under the impression that to get ranked into this top 3 has to do with your primarily with your reviews. And while that does come into play, it is by far not the driver, not the driving factor. There's actually 2 drivers here that really affect this, and that is proximity, which you can't really change unless you move, and then there's citations. Now we have complete control over that. Now a citation is your business's name, address, and phone number on a directory online. Some examples of these directories would be like Yellow Pages, Yelp, Better Business Bureau. I'm sure you probably have some, as most businesses do, but what you want to do is go online and Google the top 100 HVAC directories for citations and make sure you are in every single one of those directories. And then on top of that, you Google the top 3 core or the 3 core data aggregators, and you want to get verified into those. There is a fee for that, but it is well worth your time. Because once you're verified there, it takes all your information and pushes it to hundreds of other applications, directories, and GPS systems, which creates data consistency across all these platforms, which is a huge trust signal for Google to go ahead, and they'll go ahead and you'll be in contention for this top 3 here, and also for AI platforms such as ChatGPT and Google Gemini to go ahead and refer you when people are searching those platforms for your services. Now, underneath the map pack is Google's organic search results list. Now, the number one spot here will capture anywhere between 30 to 50% of the clicks, whereas the map pack, it's 40 to 60%, which is more, but it is split up in between these 3 businesses. This is 30 to 50% all by itself. Now, the number one spot should be Berico. It's just my results are skewed because I've been clicking around so much. So just keep that in mind. Now, the number one spot here is driven by backlinks. Now, when we're talking about backlinks is essentially, you have other websites on the internet, and say, for example, they have a link on one of their pages, and when that link is clicked, it links back to your site. Google uses these backlinks as like an online referral system. And the more relevant and popular that these websites are that are linking back to you, the better. So, for example, say you have a local blog page or a popular industry site that's linking back to your site. That's what's actually going to help push your website up in Google's rankings. Okay, so let's go back to this tool here that I showed you earlier. Before we were looking at this traffic, now I want to look at this backlink side over here. Now, to be clear, it's through your content, primarily your keywords that people are searching for, that Google is going to find you and that you're on their radar. But now that you're on their radar, they've got to determine where they're going to place you on that list. And that is all determined by your backlinks. So our competitor currently has 11,000 backlinks coming from a total of 650 other websites. They call them referring domains here. You currently have 17 backlinks coming from a total of 16 other websites. So it's a big disparity in number, but it's not so much about the numbers as it is the quality of the backlinks and the relevance of the websites that they're getting the backlinks from. So with this tool, we can go back and we want to look at this 650, the websites they're getting their backlinks from. So we can click on that. It's going to bring up all 650 of the websites they're currently getting backlinks from. Now, this is time consuming, but it's absolutely worth it. You'd want to go through all 27 pages of these and go ahead and get backlinks from these websites. Don't want to do them all at once. I mean, that would be a task anyway, but Google will frown upon that. Like every few days, do a half a page or something like that. But once that's executed, it would take some time. And this is assuming your content and your keywords are on point, but you would put yourself in contention for that number one spot. Now, it would put yourself into that number one spot and take, pretty much keep it once you execute what I told you about the backlinks month after month. Find 15 to 20 other quality links coming from relevant websites, and that would pretty much ensure you stay on top. Now, let's go ahead and recap. First thing is going to be content. You want at least 1,500 words of content on your front page with the right keywords and the right amount of keywords. Second are citations. You want to be in the top 100 HVAC directories, and then you also want to be in those 3 core data aggregators. And then lastly, backlinks. You need more relevant websites linking back to your website to show Google that you guys are the authority when it comes to HVAC companies in and around the Greensboro area. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, you can take this information and implement it yourself, or if you want to book a discovery call with me, again, my name's Steven. I live right here in North Carolina. You can simply reply back to this email or give me a call at 910-551-2006. But other than that, I hope you have a good rest of your day and take care. Bye.